blows. Oh, I can't get that song out of my head. Born Free. Singing that for you a couple of shows ago. Only you. It's not everyone. You. Some people think you sit here doing a show to thousands of people. No, it's not true, dear. It's only for this entire show. My entire life is spent trying to find ways to make you smile and think. Just you. Not anyone else, just you. Okay? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is Chris Reardon with today's United Kingdom talk. And as I say, I sang that song a couple of shows ago, didn't I? Born free as the wind blows. And I can't get it, I just can't get it out of my head. I've never been very good at singing Kylie Minogue songs, I'm sorry. I'm the wrong shape, you see, that's the trouble. A little bit fatter than her. Incidentally, the weight's gone up again, but we're not worrying too much about that anymore. I just accept the fact that once you go over a certain age, you can't be thin anymore. Not that I ever was. Lots of emails here. There's still a few more birthday little messages coming through, so thank you so much for those. It's really kind. I've got a package here from the great Suko in New York. Look at... Oh, you idiots! Oh. Did I just show... No, that's okay. I can sort that out. If you're watching the show on YouTube, I must make a note of that, actually, you'll notice that at that point, the picture went off because I accidentally revealed Suko's address, but I didn't now. I've sorted that out because I've removed that from the picture. Sorry, Suko. Oh, that was close. We can't be revealing addresses on here, but we can... Just a minute. It's rather unusual, actually. I don't know if this is a thing with the Americans, but what she's done is put her address on the same side as my address. Now, usually in the UK, we would put that on the back. I would put my address on the back if I wanted to. We don't have to say where it's come from. But, yeah, that's interesting. I must remember, let me just check a time there. 2 minutes 40, whatever seconds. Remove picture. Okay, what you'll see... What you would have seen then, those of you watching on YouTube, is quickly the United Kingdom logo flashing up the top there, as created by Jason Allen at www.jason-allen.co.uk. He does all the graphics at the beginning and the end. You know, the Union Jack moving around and the actual logo he designed for me. Very talented young man. So thank you for my package. What? Just a minute. Let me get a label to put over this address. Just a minute now. Sorry, I'm having one of my turns today, you know that. Don't take any notice, it will pass. Right. I'm just putting a label over there. And then I can show you the envelope a bit. But actually, shall I open this first? Because we often leave parcels till the end of the show, don't we? And then we forget. There we are. There we are. She sent it all to me. Look, it's got my address here. The postal address, if you want to put pen to paper and ever send anything, is... Oh, you haven't got a pen ready? Oh, hurry up then. Okay, hurry up. Yes, I can't believe how many happy birthday messages I got on Facebook. Unbelievable. So thank you, those of you that watch the show via Facebook as well. Thank you so much for all those messages. There were literally hundreds. I'm very, very fortunate enough to have quite a few friends on there now, over 1,000. And I would say a good 400 people sent me little happy birthday messages. So thank you so much for those. It's so nice. Some people just sent like happy birthday Chris. Other people did a little bit more. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I've never had so many people wishing me happy birthday. Really, really nice. So thank you so much for those. Right, here comes the postal address. If you ever want to send perhaps you're going away on holiday or something and you want to send a little postcard, that's the address there. It's Chris... I've done it again, haven't I? I've now revealed my address on here. Oh, for God's sake. Another label. 1 minute. Yes, that's right. If you're watching YouTube, you've got the logo up again then. Oh, blinking hell. What's going on here? Oh, dear. Because I tell you what happens. I've got one of those P.O. box things, okay? But down at the post office, before they send it in, they then write your address at the bottom. So what have I got to do? Let me make a note here. Remove. What shall I put? Remove picture. Twice. Anyway, we're back now. Here's the address. If you want to put pen to paper, please send things to Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, Bracknell, RG 429ED, United Kingdom. Here it comes again. Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, Bracknell, RG 429ED, United Kingdom. All right. Anything you want to send through? Maybe a little letter, maybe a little postcard. Be lovely to hear from you. Okay. Now let's open this first. I don't know what the weather's like near you, but it's been dreadful here. Absolutely dreadful. I actually. Oh, this is. The only thing is, Suko does manage to do her parcels up very well, but I have to cut the top off. There we are. That's it. 1 minute. Oh my God! What have I cut? Oh, hang on. I think I've cut part of your gift up. Look, whatever you've got in there, I've cut a bit off now. Never mind. If you was in a hospital, it could be a lot worse, couldn't it? Eh? Oh no, it's only the cardboard I've cut. Don't worry, Suko. Oh no, I have cut something. 1 minute. It's a homemade. It looks like a homemade card. Who's this bloke? Who's this old bloke asleep in the chair on the front of the homemade card? Oh dear! There's a picture of me. I love it. Clearly a homemade card, and it's. This is excellent. On the front of the card, there's a picture of me sitting there and dreaming of Cristiano Ronaldo, that footballer, who incidentally shares the site. You see, it just go. Our links are starting to form. Mine and Cristiano Ronaldo's. I did get an email from Terry, who's up in the north of the UK, telling me to leave off Cristiano Ronaldo because he belongs to him. And I don't think he doesn't want some little boy. Terry, he does not want. He don't want a little boy. He wants a real man like me. A real man. Yes. He's not interested in you. Wasting your time. Go, off you go. So that's the front, and it says, dreams come true. And as I say, there's a picture of me asleep, which she must have got off my gallery somewhere. If you want to have a look at my pictures, there's loads of them throughout my whole life so far, my whole short 46 years of my life. You can find those by going to my main website, okay, chrisreardon.co.uk. On the left-hand side, you'll see Gallery 1 and Gallery 2. There are hundreds of pictures there of my family, everything I've done up to now, right, if you want to have a look. And, a little picture of Cristiano Ronaldo at the top in like a dream bubble. And it says at the bottom of the card, dreams come true. It's ever such a nice card. It's all like in this silver, I don't know how to explain it really, like crunched paper. It's like someone's, it's not messy, but it's like someone's crunched the silver paper up on the card, flattened it and ironed it again. Now, I've never seen anything like this. Of course, I do have a couple of little Cristiano Ronaldo figurettes, sort of on the shelf at the back of the studio here. So there we are. Inside, how have you done this? There's a picture of myself. She's managed to find. Oh, how old is this photo? Let me see. This photo is about. That's 2 years old. I know that's about 2 years old. She's managed to find a photo of me topless, there I am, about 2 years ago, and Cristiano Ronaldo holding me. Look at that. While we are dancing, provocatively in a nightclub somewhere. I love it. But there is also one of myself with Cristiano Ronaldo wearing stupid hats. You know those stupid hats I've been whittering on about for months. Incidentally, that's my new word, whittering. Or you can use twittering. I like that, whittering. She was whittering on about something for hours. That's a good one. Start using it. Let's spread that word around the world, shall we? Whittering. Okay, she was whittering on for hours. Or you can put a T there. She was twittering on for hours. Okay? Now, I am on that Twitter thing as well. But in all honesty, I don't use it. I think it's a very poor version of Facebook. Now, if you're on Twitter and you think differently, let me know. Am I missing something here? Because it looks to me like Twitter is just a list of your friends, okay? Whoever else is on Twitter. You put on there what you're doing or what you want to advertise or something something that's going on in your life, and then you go to the top of the list. So anyone who's on there can see what you're doing. But that's about it. Is there any more to that? It does come across to me as like a very poor version of Facebook. I am on there, and I think the updates to the video shows go on there. But apart from that, I don't use it. If you disagree with that, please tell me, because I've got a feeling I'm missing something on there, okay? Anyway, there's a little note. To my dear Chris, you're my favourite Chris Reardon. Well, there's only one of me, isn't there, dear? Lots of love from Suko. I love it. Oh, and then there's hang on a minute. I don't think I can show that one. Is that Cristiano? At the bottom there? Almost naked? That can't be him. Surely not. I'm not showing that one on the screen. Thank you, Suko. I'll put that up there for now. I'm going to put that with my Cristiano Ronaldo things and my little Buddhas. Do you remember my Buddhas? My little Buddhas that, what's her name? Ivona in Slovakia. I can't put that up there. I'll put it here. I'll put it down here. There we are. Do you remember the Buddhas that Ivona in Slovakia sent me? Well, actually, she has sent me an audio email, which you can do. Okay, if you want to ever send any audio emails through the post, please feel free to do so. It'd be lovely to hear from you. Can't always, it depends if I can play them out or not. I'm never quite sure. It depends what you've got on there for a start. We don't have any filth on this programme, thank you very much. No filth, all right? But let's have a little listen to this audio email from Ivona in Slovakia, and then we'll open my little gift from Suko, all right? This has come from Ivona in Slovakia. A bit of a strange email, this one. Here we go. Hopefully. Oh, is that playing? Oh, it's not going to play. Why isn't that? Here we go. Let me have a listen while I'm talking to you. 1 minute. I'll put my headphones on. Come on, start. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my dear Judy. Happy birthday to you. I wish you all the best, my baby. I wish you everything what you want and what you need. I love you, my dear friend. I love you, my dear. Mwah.
There we are. I think that's it. Ivona in Slovakia. Thank you very much for that, my darling. Yes. Do you know, has anyone ever told you you've got a scary voice? I got quite frightened when I heard that. Oh, how lovely for someone to take the time and effort to record their voice and send it through like that. I think that's a lovely thing to do, don't you? Okay, as always, if you've got any emails you want to send in, please feel free. That we're building up a bit of a backlog here of emails, but that's okay. Keep them coming, my darlings. If you want to send a little bit of audio like that, and you want to speak like that, feel free to do so. My email address for the show is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Right, let's open this little gift from Suko, because she's there screaming that I haven't opened her gift yet. Right, thank you. Oh, let me see. A lovely bit of paper you've sent that in. Little gold wrapping paper. Thank you, Suko. And she sends a DVD of the last performance of Rent on Broadway, which I haven't seen yet. And that says Films Live. So thanks very much for that. I'll have a look at that, Suko. And what's in here? Oh, more... Oh, Suko, you are funny. More pictures of myself and Cristiano Ronaldo in a swimming pool together. No, is it a swimming pool? I hope it's not a jacuzzi, Suko. All sorts of things going on those, dear. Jacuzzis. Right, here we are. Look, there's a picture. Oh, she is clever. Of myself. Incidentally, that is my foot. Okay? I've got... that... I had to look at it twice. Oh, Suko. I had to look at that. I thought, what? No, Suko would... And then I realised it was my foot. Oh, no, actually, it's Cristiano Ronaldo's foot. It's not my foot. No, my foot's got sort of all sorts of infections growing out the nails. Can't be my foot. But there I am. Myself and Cristiano Ronaldo in a swimming pool somewhere enjoying the sun. So thank you for that. It's also got these magnetic things on it. Unfortunately, here in the studio, I don't think there's anything magnetic to stick it to that's in view. So, but all that's going to change soon, and I shall tell you about that, hopefully. Do you remember a couple of times, I think it was around this time last year, actually, excuse me, that I said to you, I wanted to decorate my spare room. Well, I've actually got... Well, I say I haven't got two spare rooms. One's a bedroom, one's a studio, one's a spare room. So I wanted to decorate the spare room. And indeed, my lovely nephew, Gary, who's 24, and his girlfriend, Stacey. I don't know if she's younger or older, actually. I'm not sure. I think about the same. They're roughly the same age. But Gary and Stacey came down last year and indeed decorated my... Were kind enough to... Well, I say kind enough. I mean, I had to pay them. God's sake, I had to take out a new mortgage. Isn't it funny? You know when you get family to do things? Number one, I would say to you that's not always a good idea because they can let you down. Now, mine didn't. But how many of us have gone to family and they've let you down? I mean, you would have been better to go and pay someone to do whatever job you wanted done. I mean, it's happened so many times. To a lot of my friends and family, you really don't want them to do a job, in all honesty. However, not in this case. So Gary and Stacey came round and they decorated the spare room next door and also my bedroom. Done a reasonable job for it, you know. Not up to like a class A1 decorator's standard, but you'd pay thousands of pounds for that, and they did a very good job. Very pleased with it. And I said to you, I wanted to move the studio into that room. Do you remember that? Now, the only thing is, that room is next to my neighbour. And because of the times I sit here and do music things and do the chat show and what have you, because of that, I decided against it. Not only that, it was a real effort to move everything out of this room and into that room. That's the truth of it. Well, I'm getting more and more a little bit fed up with the state of the studio. Now, all you can see, obviously, is the little bits and pieces behind me there, those of you watching the show, that is. And that's all you see. But what you don't see is the mess in here. It's getting worse and worse. And half the problem is I just keep bringing stuff in here, putting it down, like, oh, I'll sort that out later. I think you know exactly what I mean, don't you? And so it's getting worse. Not only that, but the carpet. It's the carpet, really. It's the carpet that's annoying me most. Because what's happening? It's now so bad. I'll show you actually. It's so bad. It's now coming. You can see the carpet there. It's coming away from the wall. All right. I don't know if it's shrinking or it's worn out. And it's so thin. Where's my little feet there? The carpet is so thin. The rest of the room. Well, I've got pictures and things on the wall. I'll give you a little bit of a show around. There's a window there all the gear where I do the recording is here. There's me again, and some other bits and pieces there. All right, so there you are. You see the room, and it's so look. Can you see? There's all bits of paper all over the place, even on the floor. I've got Susan's bag there that she sent those lovely items from Dallas and what have you. And I've got the plate on the wall now that she sent me. And to actually move all this stuff is going to be a bit of an effort. However, I found out the other day, my niece... Sorry, let me just move... Oh, I know I shouldn't move that camera. It's all over the place now. There we are. That's better. I was talking to my niece Tracey the other day, who's got a house with her boyfriend, and they've got a rather... Well, what's that that's just appeared? There's some sort of insect on there. No, I don't know what that is, a bit of grass or something. Talking to her the other day, and the two of them, they've got rather a high mortgage, which indeed they are able to pay, but nevertheless it's quite hard, and they're always looking for ways of trying to make a little bit more money. So I said to her, well, do you want to come and paint a couple of rooms for me? She said, what do you want done? And at first I said, well, I'd like the living room done, because that hasn't been done for ages. On the other hand, there's nothing wrong with it. And the kitchen as well. Now, the kitchen, again, I don't know. I'm not someone that notices things like this. I don't notice dust on shelves. Well, I mean, I do, but it honestly doesn't bother me that much. I mean, you go around these beautiful houses. My friend Ron, who lives in London, I went round to see him for the first time in years, actually, on Tuesday last week. We had a lovely night, fantastic night. His house is spotless. There is not a grain of dust or a speck of dust anywhere. And everything in it is in place. You know, you're frightened. It's one of those houses where you're frightened to sit on the settee, because all the cushions are neatly positioned like diamonds, all in one long line. It's just... he's got coasters on the table that are in a nice, neat pile of four. And if you move one, he notices. He does. He notices. If you ever met me and him at the same time, you it would be a nightmare. We are like two naughty boys. Things we come out with and do. Honestly. Anyway, so my house isn't like that. It's untidy. Don't notice dust. And it was actually my sister that said to me, it's about time you had your kitchen done, innit? You remember she came down... When was it she came... Well, it might have been a couple of years ago now. And it was then that she said, why don't you have your kitchen done? She said it's looking a little bit, not dirty, not grubby. What's the word? Tired. She said it looks a bit tired. There was nothing wrong with it. She said, oh, stop, don't be so tight and get it done again. That's what made me think, oh, I'll get the kitchen and the living room done. But in all honesty, the living room doesn't look bad at all. It's got wallpaper, but I don't know if I bother with that one. But the one room I really want done is this one. There's like scrape marks on the wall where perhaps it's been knocked, and it's really drab in here now. And so I said to Tracey, look, I tell you what, give us a date, and the carpet as well on the floor. Now the carpet, you see, this is not going to be a case of moving everything into the middle of the room, decorating and moving it back again. No, it's got to come out. The room's got to be emptied because it needs a new carpet. And I was talking to my mate Justin about this, you know, who runs the Steam Coach pub where I work every other Friday now. And he said, what you want to do is put a laminate flooring down, or wooden one. And I said, no, it's the worst thing you can do, because I use this to create these shows. And you see, if you put a laminate flooring, you will change the acoustics of the room. The sound will bounce off, and it could end up sounding rather echoey. I mean, sound people would now tell you, well, I mean, you can put stuff on the wall to do that. That's too much. You know, you don't need to do that. Just put a good carpet down, have reasonably heavy curtains up there, and that sorts the sound out. So I said to my niece, if you give me a date where you can come down, I said, and come down and decorate the kitchen and the little office, the studio. I said, doesn't have to be tomorrow, doesn't have to be next week or next month. Just get, as soon if you give me a date, what I would do is empty the room and you'll do it. And what I thought, I can do this. I can do this. What I should do now, from now, okay, is start taking bits out of the room that are not required in here for the radio and video show. So eventually, if I do that just a little bit a day, there's a desk over there that's not used, a tool for the show, that can come out, and stuff on the shelves, CDs on the shelves, and then when it gets to the day before she's due to come round, I will then take the studio apart and put all the stuff in the other room. Then she will come and decorate, okay? It's a reasonably small room, so I suppose she'll be able to do that in a day. Her and her boyfriend to come down and do that. And then the day after, or maybe 2 days after, because I guess the woodwork would be wet, wouldn't it? Then I'll have a new carpet put down, a proper thick, be an expensive one in here, because it will never be done again, not while I'm alive, I would guess. Or unless, of course, I move. So I'll have a proper expensive carpet put down, something quite thick. And then move everything back in again, and that's it. I don't know if you can get any rubber... I'm sure I've seen rubber mats before that you can put underneath these these chairs with the wheels, you see. Because that's half the problem. Where the chair sits, the carpet is in a terrible state. I mean, it's only a thin carpet. It was never made to be a radio studio. It's supposed to be someone's bedroom, isn't it, you see? So that's what I've decided to do. Now, I reckon 5 days. Day number 1, move everything out. Day number 2, Tracey decorates. Day number 3, leave it for the paint to dry. Day number 4, new carpet. Day number 5, put everything back in. I reckon 5 days. So for those 5 days, whenever that is, I don't know when it's going to be yet, I just won't be able to use the studio. But I think I can cope with that, actually. I hope I can cope with that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll wait for her to give me a date. Once she's given me a date, you see, I'll feel guilty to then say to her, oh, no, I can't do it now. No, that will force me to do it. Because I know she's, needs a little bit more money and I can pay her to do that and what have you. And while I'm at it, I might even change it around a bit. At the moment, I'm facing a wall in front of me, okay? I quite like the idea, and also... for those of you watching the show, sometimes if the sun is out and the sun's coming down on my face, but it comes down on the right-hand side. So what I have to do is close the curtains. And I always feel it's a bit of a shame to have to close the curtains when you're sitting here doing stuff. It's like, people who close their curtains when the television's on downstairs in the living room or something like that. It's always a shame, isn't it, I think, to shut the sun out like that. So I'm kind of wondering if I move everything round so that it's actually facing the window. So I would be facing the window. The sun would be straight on my face then. And I think that would be quite nice. Do you? I don't know. Don't know if that would work or not. I mean, I've already got shelves up there to put the equipment. At the moment, the equipment's on shelves to the left. But if I face the other way, there are also shelves there. So I suppose I could utilise those and do it like that. And move the whole thing round. Maybe I should give it 7 days instead of 5. But I might actually take a whole week off work to do that. So that I know everything can go in place. So we will get there eventually. It was a whole year ago that I said I was going to start doing this, wasn't it? But now I feel the end is nigh. The end is nigh. The email address of the show is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Please join in by email. It'd be lovely to hear from you. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Here come the emails then. First of all, we have another birthday. We certainly do. I can't find my birthday tunes. 1 minute. Where's my birthday tunes? Oh. Where's the birthday tunes gone? I can't find them. I got it right. Here it is. I got it. We have another birthday. Now, I didn't mean to do this, actually, at the start of the show. I intended to talk for a couple of minutes and then do the birthday, but it doesn't matter. Better late than never. Now, do you know whose birthday we are going to do today? Always happy to sing you happy birthday. Just stick your date on an email, okay? Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And this is an email from Pat Kenny. Hello, Pat. How are you? Thank you for emailing the show. And she says, "Hi, Chris. My friend Carmel Ridgely has got me listening to you. Please, could you wish her a happy birthday for Monday?" So that was yesterday for most of you. It's certainly those of you watching YouTube or listening to the show via podcast. By the way, the main address of the show is unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. That's the main site for the show. Go there and you always get the most up-to-date one at the top, right? So, Carmel, happy birthday, my dear. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carmel. Happy birthday to you. All right, Carmel, happy birthday, my darling. And that's also love from Pat, your friend Pat Kenny. All right? Yes. What did you get? Did you get anything? Oh, I forgot to show you something. Oh, I nearly knocked my plants off then. Oh, by the way, look at this. I'm holding a spent hyacinth plant. It doesn't smell anymore. The flower is gone. Isn't it funny, really? I planted these in September. All those months of tending and caring to it for 2 weeks of flower, and they've had it now. So you won't be seeing those again, I'm afraid. Yes, my hyacinths have now lived and died. Innit? Live and let die. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Carmel. I've got to show you these. All right? Because they did me. You didn't see that, did you? They did get me a present at work. Look at these. They are pink, fluffy feet warmers. And they are quite warm. Not only are they pink and fluffy, but you can microwave them. Let me put them on just a minute. I'm going to put these on my feet. Pink, fluffy feet warmers. That's what I've got. That's what they got me at work. You put them in the microwave and they warm up. How fantastic is that? I wonder if you can wear these when you're driving a car. 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute. I can't get them on the end of my foot. Which reminds me, I've got to get some stuff on my feet. I've got little infections in the nails. What is that white? It's like the tops of the nails are white. Here we are, look, my new pink feet. I've got pink fluffy things on my feet now. Thank you very much. Very warm. And they actually came from my manager at one of the pubs, which is rather nice. And they did me a card that everyone signed as well. Isn't that nice? Yeah, lovely. Thank you for that. Hello to Susan, our cat lover. Hello, Susan. And she writes about Suko's cats. Okay, because Suko in New York, who sent me that lovely card of myself and this is my favourite one, the one of the picture of me and Cristiano Ronaldo in a swimming pool, relaxing. Are we on a sunbed or something? I do appear here that it does look like he's sitting on my lap in that. I'm with a good couple of beach balls as well to play with. I love it. Yes, Suko's going away on holiday and she's going for quite a period of time. And she didn't know whether to have her cats put in boarding kennels or to pay someone to come in and feed them. I told her to leave them at home and get someone to feed them. Susan writes, Susan is an expert cat. She looks after the big ones. Those beautiful lions and tigers. I agree with you, Chris. Suko's kitties would be happier at home as long as they are healthy and don't have any health issues. If either of her kitties have had bouts of cystitis or what is that, cystitis? Is that where you keep going to the toilet? I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, if either of her kitties have had bouts of cystitis or need medication, they would be better staying with the vet. Tell Suko to leave her vet's phone number and the kitty's records out for her neighbour in case of an emergency. And tell her to call her cats and leave their messages on the answer phone where they can hear her voice. We're not joking here. We are absolutely not joking. I call my kitty and talk to him when I have to work late. That's not a joke. She does. And I have to say, when my cat Kate is sitting on my lap downstairs and I'm talking to someone on the phone, maybe my sister or something, and I say, Katie's on my lap, say hello to her, and my sister starts shouting down the phone, and the cat looks round. They know there's someone there. They just don't know how to use the phone yet. I wonder if I could teach my cat to use the phone. Then when I'm lonely at work or something like that, I can ring her for a conversation. She sits there purring away. Suko says, as far as hanging dishes or other gifts on your wall, forget it. I've already put it up there, dear. My plate is on the wall. My one of the South Fork plates you kindly sent. Take down the cowboy hat. Put your new dishes in the kitchen cabinet. No! I've got to have people see that. Not everyone's got a plate from South Fork Ranch from Dallas. God, people need to see these things. One more thing, she says. Allergy shots are injected just under the skin, not into a vein. There are more chemicals in an inhaler than a little cat dander under your skin. Admit it, you don't like injections. No, I don't. I do not like injections. I don't look. I had the flu injection each year. And as I walk into... the best one was actually last time. I think it was in September. I went to see the doctor. And I went in with something else, didn't I? What was it? Oh, yes, it was... Oh, hang on, what did I go in with? A cough. I went in with a cough. And while I was there, I said, can I have a flu injection while I'm here? And, quick as a shot, he jumped up out of the chair. All right, I'll go and get a couple. And off he went. And then as he walked in back into his little room, he was taking the top off the blooming syringe. And I don't want to see this. And I looked away like that quickly. I said, and I quickly took off my top with the long sleeves, you see. I said, do it as quick as you can and don't tell me when you're going to do it. And with that, he just jabbed this thing into my arm and said, done. And that's how you have to inject me, I'm afraid. I can't be... God knows how those heroin addicts inject themselves. Oh, I know there are certain... things that people have that necessitates you injecting yourself, like diabetes, which is an awful thing, fortunately controllable in this day and age, and the people don't die. It's just but to have to inject yourself every day, I know it's keeping you alive and all that, but I don't know how you do it. I suppose it's a case. I suppose there must be people out there who have become diabetic and hate needles. Do you just tell yourself to get on with it, or what? How does that work? Oh, I mean, the thought of just pushing a needle in... I think a lot of people do it in their leg, don't they? The thought of... Or is that the normal place for diabetic... Do we have any diabetics watching? Is that what you have to do? Is it your leg? I wonder why they've never been able to bring out pills. Why is it an injection and not pills? Why is that? If anyone knows, do let us know. Usual email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Perhaps you are diabetic. Tell us about it. Write us an email about your whole story, okay? When you found out, perhaps how did this happen? Can it happen to anyone, or is it dependent on your lifestyle and what you eat? I don't know. Anyone know that? Let me know. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Susan says, I will not nag you anymore, but all your coughing and hacking would clear up and never come back if you tried injections. Haven't you noticed? The cough has gone. There's a little bit now and again where I flick the switch I can go, that's it. But that's it now. There's no nasty cough, which was there a few weeks ago. Mind you, the doctor had something to do with that, I think. At least ask your doctor about them. Have a nice evening. So thank you for that, Susan. There we are. Suko, that's two of us. Reckon that you should... oh, there's my picture of Cristiano again. He looks particularly gorgeous in this one in the swimming pool, I have to say. I mean, I don't like to keep going on and on about him. I wish he'd leave that dreadful girlfriend he goes out with and come round here. Ah, dear. Hello to Lisa. Hello, Lisa. She says, on the subject of... which I don't know which show she's talking about here. She says, great show today. I was so... That would have been... a couple of shows ago, I think. I was so surprised when you read my email today. Why are you surprised, my darling? I read all the emails out. Even I don't really get any nasty ones at all, actually. Not on this show. I do another show for a live show on another station, and every week I get one email that's clearly there to try and make me react. And it's always something horrible. And I've stopped bothering now. I just delete it as soon as it comes in. They're very sad people, aren't they? You know, I mean, if I don't like something, I switch it off. I don't start sending in messages and things like that saying what's wrong with you or how he feels or how he or she feels about me or anything like that. I don't bother. I just turn it off. End of story, innit? I have already voted for today's show before you started. Oh, yes, Lisa listens to the show on the Live 365 network, don't you, Lisa? Which is actually where this show all started. The podcast, the audio-only side of this show, started in October 2005 and was only on Live 365. No, it's actually before. I think it was before October 2005. I wasn't doing podcasts at the time, and it was only on Live 365. And since then, we're doing the podcast. We do the internet radio stations. It was on satellite for a couple of years. And now, of course, on YouTube, Blip TV, Current TV. It's funny how it spreads, isn't it? Like an unwanted bacteria, probably you're thinking. Thank you very much. She says, I've already voted for today's show before you started reading it, or else I would have voted it even higher. When she says voting, on Live 365, you can have a look at that. Live365.com, I think, is the address. And on there, you will find thousands and thousands of different radio stations. Thousands for everything. There's everything on there from people just reading stories out to pop music to religious groups doing their thing. It's all on there. It's very clever. She says, I'm glad I did not end it on a sad note. I was feeling like we may be depressing folks, but it ended up on a nice note. Was that the sad one with Katie, with Tiny dying? Yeah. Well, you know, we can't be happy all the time. There are high points in our lives and there are low points in our lives, aren't there? And that's what this show is about. Life in general, not anything particularly happy. On the other hand, not anything in particular sad. Everything we try and cover on this. Your Katie Kitty seems so much like Mamie. Mamie is Lisa's cat. Mamie gets the. Now, you know when I was saying this is actually a bit of a rude word here in the UK, okay? But I will say it because the show is all over the world, so it doesn't matter. Mamie, she says, gets the spunkies, as I call it sometimes too. Now, when she says the spunkies, she means that time when cats, for some reason, suddenly get excited and start running around the house. Anyone who's got a cat and has had a cat from young will know exactly what I mean. 1 minute they can be sitting there and then they jump up out of the chair and start running around the house. What is all that about? I'm sure I didn't do that when I was a young cat. She will zoom through the hall and the entire living room into the entryway almost to the front door and back again looking like a blur of fur as she passes me by. It's amazing, really. Will I be able to move that fast when I am a senior citizen? I'm doubting I will be able to do as she can. I can't believe she's 16 years old, so it's not just a young thing, you see. Cats do it in their older age as well, which makes her over 100 in human years. I can't believe it. I just can't. Mamie is very demanding of her food. She seems to not like having her food bowl empty at any time. She will meow very loudly at night until food is put into her bowl, whether or not she is actually hungry or whether or not she is planning on eating it right away. She just seems to be insisting a little bit of food must be in her bowl at all times, day or night. Strange, huh? Or have you had a cat with this odd habit as well? No, I haven't at all, actually. My cats, they don't seem to eat much at all. Tiny certainly hasn't eaten much, before I lost her back at the beginning of January. She didn't eat much at all, to be honest, and hasn't done so for, I would say, a couple of years. But Katie as well, she pops down, has a few little mouthfuls and then goes away again. Now, Lisa says, I was always attracted to slightly older men. I guess partly because I always like that slightly unshaven look. Oh, what? Well, I haven't had a shave today, Lisa. Listen to the mic. Listen to the microphone. I'll rub my unshaven chin on the microphone. Listen. Can you hear it? Can you hear it, huh? That's my unshaven chin. All right? She says, I blame Don Johnson, I remember him, of Miami Vice TV during my very impressionable teen years for that fact. I will admit that there are a couple of younger fellows that I find attractive, which I find very odd, since I never used to find anyone younger than myself at all appealing. Am I heading towards becoming a dirty old lady or cradle robber like you? Beg pardon? Cradle robber? What do you mean cradle robber? What a cheek! Cradle robber? Excuse me, my preferred age for blokes is 25 to 35, okay? 25 to 35, with my preference at around about 32. Never get them. And I've always been like that, believe it or not. Round about 32 would be my old age. I was never able to get them when I was younger than that. I was never able to get them when I was the same age, and I'm not able to get them now and older. So nothing's changed. Never get anyone who's round about 30, 32, 33. What's all that about, Lisa? Cradle robber like me? What a liberty, dear. Cradle robber. She says, oh no, I'm 37 years of age. Well, you're practically ancient, my love, aren't you? 1 foot's in that coffin, dear. But Zoran was born in 1962, that's her bloke, so he was 9 years older than me, which means as of last September, he would be 46 years of age. Yes, same as me. And she says, yikes. I'm 46 too. 32, I suppose, is a bit young for 46, isn't it? Oh, God. See, there's no hope. And the amount of people that write emails into here saying there was someone for everyone. Well, where are they then? Come on. Where are they? Had we been married all those years ago, I would now be married to an old man. Tut, tut, she says. Old man? Old man, 46? I'm getting a bit fed up with this email, Lisa. I'm 46. Do I look like an old man to you? Don't even reply to that, dear. Chris, I really enjoy your radio shows every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. You make me laugh and at least feel a little better in general with each new show. Keep up the good work with all your creative endeavours. I must try and check out some of your other podcasts and other shows soon. Best wishes and hugs from Lisa in California, USA. Lisa, who clearly thinks 46 is ancient. Lisa, what is your problem, dear, with age? Eh? 40. Cradle snatcher? Come on. I mean, I'm not running after the teens, am I? You know, the 19 and 20-year-olds. At least I'm into the 30s, dear. Oh, I can go a bit lower than that if anyone else is interested. I don't mind. Down to about nothing younger than 25, for Christ's sake. Blimey, no. Yeah. All right, Lisa. Thank you, darling. Hello to... look at this. This is from... I don't have a name here. Again, it's someone on the YouTube. This is from Puck971, who says, mate, don't sing, please save us. Born free. And another one from Puck, who says, oh, mate, think about the poor dogs. They are suffering. Yeah, because dogs can hear more than us, can't they? As free as the wind blows. Hello to Millie in Minnesota. She was on the last show, do you remember? That's our young lady who was talking about what it's like to be disabled. Incidentally, just to share with you, we were having a private conversation the other day on the Skype thing. And Millie was saying, I think it was my friend James Dean who was talking to her as well. And he said, what words annoy you? Does disabled annoy you? She said, no, not at all. The one word that she really hates being called is crippled. All right, so I don't know if that goes for the majority of disabled people. But Millie really hates the word used to describe her as a cripple. So I don't know if we have anyone else who's disabled in some way or another. Could you let me know if that is the word that you really hate? Because Millie hates it. She hates being called a cripple. What about you? Are you in a wheelchair? Or perhaps you have to use a walking frame. Maybe you're elderly. Or anything like that. Does the word cripple really annoy you? If so, please let me know. And we can pass it on to people. Spread the word. You know what I mean? Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. And Millie writes, your new haircut looks great. Yeah, it's a number 2 on top and a number 1 around the side. It's very, very short. I'm looking really hard. So don't muck with me, okay? Yeah, don't muck with me there. She says, I'd keep that style for a bit if I were you. Okay, I will do. I'm so glad you're finally feeling better and have got some of your sparkle back. Let's have a little bit of sparkle, shall we? Yeah, a little bit of sparkle. Oh, have we got a spark? We've got a sparkle, bit of sparkle noise. 1 minute. Where have we got that now? I know I've got something here. 1 second. I think it's under effects. Yes, there it is. Here. Let's do that bit again, all right? Let's have a little bit of sparkle. We got it all here, dear. The sound effects and everything. We got the orchestra at the back waiting to play the theme tune. She says, as I know only too well, it can be very wearing when one is ill, especially for a long period of time, Millie. It just went on and on and on. Give Katie a stroke from me, and I will send one of my extra special, one-of-a-kind Millie cuddles for you. Oh, and one for Joy in Acton as well. Hello, Joy. Joy's with us on the DVD, aren't you, darling? Joy now has to watch the show. Sadly, I forced her to watch it because the satellite station has gone now that was carrying the show. Thank you, Millie. Always nice to hear from you, my darling, all right? And hello from Florida, sunny Florida. Sounds like you had a good birthday. Maybe you've done this before, but how about doing a show from an outside location? This has come from Fred. Well, I have actually on a few occasions. If you're possibly a new viewer to the YouTube things. In the summer last year, we started doing shows from the garden, and there are quite a few shows that were done in the garden. If you want to go back on some of the older shows, I think June, July, August, you will actually find quite a few of them were done from my garden in different positions of the garden. And there's also a show that I think I did in September that I actually took my equipment up to the forest, the beloved forest that is very quite near me. And I sat next to a lake and did a show from there. I did actually send you the link there if you want to have a little look. I think I sent you the link by return email. So I hope you enjoy that show. It's quite an experience doing it outside. One thing in the garden, but actually going somewhere in public and setting up your camera and having your notes next to you and a microphone next to you while sitting down and chatting away to you is a strange experience because you've got people walking by, you see, and they come over. They don't usually say anything unless I start talking. And they just stand there and watch. And they've usually got dogs which run around and come up to you and start licking and kissing you, which is quite nice. Quite nice. He says, when weather warms up, go to a park or some other nice scenic place, set up a table with your show. I haven't set a table up before. A banner in front of it and do it from there live. I didn't take a table. I actually sat on this little bit of a tree that had clearly been cut down at some point. Edit it afterwards, interview people passing by, all sorts of possibilities. Yeah, it's good. I've done it before. He says, start in your backyard to debug the production. Well, we've done that. I'd like to see Brighton Pier again. My wife and I were there last year. So clearly he wants me to try and do a show in front of Brighton Pier. I don't think that would be possible actually on the pier. However, it may be possible, as long as it's not too windy, to set up a camera actually on the beach and have Brighton Pier in the background. I like that idea. I'll try and do that when it warms up next year. All right, thank you very much for that, Fred. And that's it. I've run out of time. Lots of emails here still to come up. They will, of course, come up over the next show or two. My email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. See you on the next show. Thanks for listening and watching. For myself, Chris Reardon. Bye-bye now.